Just a little bit of, before I begin, at the end of making our statement, we will take a couple of brief questions to answer what we can, but please do not shout questions. I will recognize those in due order. Everybody ready? Thank you all for being here, although today, as I'm joined here by Managing Director Richard Negrin, L&I Commissioner Carlton Williams, Deputy Mayor Alan Greenberger, and Commissioner Dr. Arthur Evans, we are here to give you some very, very sad news. We are a city in deep and profound mourning. With the building collapse a week ago, we have now lost 7 lives in connection with this tragedy. It is with sadness that I confirm reports that Ronald Wagenhofer, age 52, a veteran L&I inspector, has passed away from what appears to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound last night, shortly after 9 p.m. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his family, his wife Michelle, and his son. We ask for continued privacy during this time of mourning and grief. In a moment, Commissioner Williams will provide some details on Mr. Wagenhofer's 16 years of service and with commendations for his work. But yes, Mr. Wagenhofer was the inspector who examined the demolition site at 22nd and Market Streets on May 14th after the department had received citizen complaints. Let me explain what we have already done as a responsive government to help the family of public servants today. We started staff meetings, we started communicating with one another as soon as this tragedy was learned. We've already offered and had several meetings this morning, both with his immediate supervisory area at 990 and also at the MSB, where we talked to the entire staff or those that were available. We are providing counseling services through our employee assistance program. And we are asking the employees to support one another and check in with one another. If someone sees something, please say something. We're asking for you to reach out and be human beings, first and foremost. That's who we are. That's what the citizens expect. And in public service, as we all know, we only have each other. The mayor currently is in Chicago. He has been in touch with me and the managing director and his entire executive team pretty much all night. And he will continue to be briefed as I handle things and as we handle things here. The mayor spoke with Michelle this morning on the phone, offered condolences to her family, as well as stating any support that we can offer, we will give. Right now, I will introduce Mr. Carlton Williams. He'll have brief comments about Inspector Wagenhofer, and then I will come back up and conclude and then take questions at that time. Carlton.
Thank you. Our department was just recovering or attempting to try to recover and move forward from last week's tragedy. This tragedy has impacted each and every employee in the Department of Licenses and Inspection. I want everybody to understand that there is a lot of hurt and pain associated with the tragedy that occurred on June 5th, 2013. We take that pain home with us at night, and we wake up to it each and every day. We strive to protect our citizens by enforcing the building codes. And that's what Ron did. He worked extremely hard prior to that tragedy, and he worked hard after the tragedy. He was a dedicated civil servant who loved his job. He mentored other young people, new inspectors that came in, He was a professional craftsman, always striving to be better. He'd had multiple certifications in a vast array of fields, and he is a dedicated civil service employee who loved his job. This is a very difficult day for all the men and women in the Department of License and Inspections. We stand with his family. We are deeply saddened and shocked because he was an outstanding employee. He started with the Department of Public Property and worked his way up through the ranks as one of our top code officials within the Department of License and Inspection. I ask that in all of the scrutiny and all of the comments that you be very respectful of what this person did throughout a 16-year career with the city of Philadelphia. He will be sorely missed, and again, our hearts go out to his entire family as we suffer yet another tragedy within our city.
Thank you, Commissioner. Finally, I want to just ask a couple of things about how we handle ourselves during times of tragedy. And unfortunately, as each of you know, we've had our fair share of tragedy during this administration. But there's a couple of things that I would like to personally ask when we're talking about how we treat one another. I've been told that there are news media vans knocking on people's windows trying to get comments from the son, the daughter, the wife and the son. I would ask to be in a respectful way. Treat others like you'd like to be treated if it was happening to you. I have instructed Commissioner Ramsey to put a police person at the house, and no one other than family or who they want to come up needs to go up. So if you have somebody out there right now, please pull them back, because you're not going to get anywhere close to them. This just happened. I keep telling people there's a time and place for everything. And from us, you have to understand that there are now 5 investigations going on. You will get the answers to the questions you have at the appropriate time and at the appropriate place. We will give you everything that we have, but I will state right here, right now, this man did nothing wrong. The department did what it was supposed to do under the code that existed at the time. And we are proud of this department and its employees, period. If there's corrective action that will need to be taken, if we need to improve our codes, the mayor has already made it clear that we will do what is necessary to move this thing and make it even better for our citizens. But now is not the time nor place for the kind of frenzy that seems to be going on here. Now, I will answer the questions, and we will allow for the grieving process to continue. And whatever I can do to answer questions right now, I will. Yes, ma'am.
Have you taken any time off, any leave following the collapse? Was
He did not.
Coming to work?
He came into work every day. He was out doing inspections throughout. He continued to work. There were individuals in the department who were reaching out to him, including the commissioner, who wanted to come and just checking in with him and see how he was doing. He just kept going and kept doing what he was doing, what he loved. Yes?
Were there outward signs that he was distraught?
Not that we are aware of, although we are now going over what we ended up doing. Like, all of the persons have been offered counseling prior, yes.
Did he indicate that he took any personal responsibility for something that he didn't do? Is that, did he indicate at all that he was
I'm sure that I'm not going to read the tea leaves as to what the actions mean. I would just say that from what I can tell, from what I've been reviewing, he did his job and he did it the way he was supposed to do it. I want to remind people that the investigations are still going on, and this is a criminal investigation, which means that there is personal responsibility, at least alleged, and it was not on Mr. Wagenhofer. We need to be reminding people of that. He didn't have an opportunity. I'll take that from the commissioner. He did not have an opportunity to speak with him directly. He was actually waiting for him to come in, but they had tried to. His supervisor had made some arrangements for him to come in, and he did not get a chance to do that.
Okay, maybe secondhand then, the people that did work around him, the supervisor, did they sense that he was upset or distraught?
Everybody knew that he had taken it, but the way that he was doing his job, he was handling it the way that they thought he would handle it, which was to work even harder. But that's why we say, try to get someone, understand who they are. This is a family. This is a small unit of people that are working together. They all love each other. They all are outstanding. This morning, you know, different people grieve differently. Some just throw themselves into their work. Others will, you know, need some space and time. We have authorized that whoever in the department needs to deal with any e-time to take care of themselves, we will. And Dr. Evans is doing a great job coordinating our EAP services for these individuals, so that if anybody needs to talk about it, deal with it, we're offering that.
And was he on the job yesterday?
Yes, he was.
What time did he leave?
Sometime after 3 o'clock.
As part of the investigation, was anything scheduled with Mr. Wagner?
Say that again?
As part of the investigation, was there anything scheduled with Mr. Wagner?
No. No.
Are we going to be doing any proactive emotional behavioral mental health activities to any other people who?
Yes, we've already started that. We've already started that. As you know, we have pretty much written the protocols of how to handle things after tragedy. Those protocols have been placed into effect. The first effort is to have the Department of Behavioral Health, another sister agency, help those individuals. Right now, this morning, we started with providing those services at 7 a.m. With a smaller unit and then a larger unit. We did that at 8. We'll have another meeting with the matters. The mayor wants everyone to be aware of what we're doing and how we're doing it. There will be an email blast that will go out to every city employee because this is, when you're a public servant, it's the city of Philadelphia that is feeling the pressure, and we will reveal the character that we have by responding to the pressure that we're under, and we're doing it in a professional way, just like that this man served every day of his life.
Have you engaged any people in the faith community, perhaps, because sometimes people may respond to that?
All that is part of our protocols. The answer is yes.
As a follow-up to that question, was he interviewed by police yet?
I don't have that right now, but I'll get that information if you need it. Yes, ma'am.
As for the inspection, whether it was that day or in general, would that have been, he been part of a team that would have inspected the site, or would he have been there solo?
I believe he was there solo. He was there solo.
Was he
I
the
think-
last person to actually do an inspection, or was there any more follow-ups?
The last, he would have been the one that was on as a result of the complaint. He then would have waited under the code. There would have been no other inspections required under the code until the matter was done. OSHA would have been in completely after. So at that point, and at this point, I understand there's a lot of questions about the inspection, and last week, I want to remind everyone, we are still burying people from last week. We now have to bury someone from today, from yesterday. That's what I want to focus on. I know if the mayor were here, he would state, please keep this family and this department in your prayers, if you pray, or if you just have an opportunity, just say to everyone, we thank you for the space that is needed. And with that, I'm going to end up, that's the last question. I'll talk to you out here if you want to talk. Thank you.